My name is John Paul Kane. I am a school teacher currently teaching kindergarten. Oh, I'm also a drag performer. What the fuck?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jasper Gonzo here. Another What's Next. Happy Tuesday. Well, I'm getting off to a late start only because I had some things to do, not only around the house, but also outside of the house. And it was a beautiful 70-degree day. So I took advantage of it. But in this episode, we are going to talk about one, Disney's Bob Chapek. Yes, Bob Chapek, excuse me. Of course, we visited him at least 2 other times previously, but of course now things have changed. And this all stems back to the Parental Child Protection Act that is going through the state Senate and of course the state House, and is going to end up on Florida's macho man Ron DeSavage's desk, and he's already said, I'm going to sign it. But of course, what does the Parental Rights Act bill entail? Well, basically, it's simple. Any themes in regards to homosexuality and transgenderism will not be taught whatsoever between kindergarten and 3rd grade. Now, you would think that this will be common sense. You would think that, well, you know what? They're too little. They're too young to understand. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait till they get older. We'll actually let the parents teach their kids about sex, but no, we can't have that in 2022, can we? So, of course, the left is calling this the No Gay bill, which, of course, is absolutely bullshit. It's not, and of course, DeSavage has already slammed the media in regards to it. So, as we all know, that the left doesn't care about your facts, but it's all about my feelings. Well, now we got a new player in the game, and it's the Alphabet crew says, Disney, I got my eye on you. Let's take a look. This comes out of Bounding into Comics, GLAAD, to grade film studios on political donations of the Alphabet advocacy in wake of the Disney Florida fallout. The progressive backlash against Disney for failing to immediately take opposition to the state Florida Parental Rights in Education bill is growing, and now the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation, not so glad, wants to hold Hollywood studios accountable for their inaction. Yes, we are going to make you pay. GLAAD announced in a press release last Friday that they're going to make changes to their annual Studio Responsibility Index, which grades the top 8 major Hollywood studios based on their quantity, quality, and diversity of the Alphabet representation in their films. GLAAD will now be grading studios on their Alphabet advocacy based on political donations to left-wing candidates and censorship of Alphabet scenes in international markets. Yes, because we know how wonderful Star Wars did over in China. The press release states what new measures will be used in their new scoring system. Donations to anti-Alphabet elected officials, candidates for office, anti-Alphabet political action committees from a film studio and parental company. Public advocacy efforts from a film studio or parental company around pro-Alphabet or anti-Alphabet legislation. Alphabet inclusive ads, inclusivity. And other public communication, especially outside of Pride Month. Yes, wonderful month of June, which they bastardize. Oh, well. Actions taken to support a studio's Alphabet inclusive titles internationally. Recent examples include 2021 Marvel's film Eternals, which was pulled from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Kuwait because of common sense. After Disney reported refused to cut a same-sex scene in 2019, Paramount spoke out against the censorship of the Alphabet content in Rocket Man in Russia. Gee, I wonder why. GLAAD President and CEO Sarah Kate Ellison made a statement on Twitter stating that the corporations need to be held accountable for their silence on anti-Alphabet bills in states where they do business. She wrote, corporations need to be held accountable for their silence on anti-Alphabet bills in states where they do business. That's why we're updating our Studio Responsibility Index to hold Hollywood accountable. Yes! Pearls clutching, panties bunching. In the press release, Ellis also stated, no company that chooses silence over allyship should receive high scores from us. Basically saying, if you are pro-family, yes, mother and father, how dare you use those two in the same sentence? If you are he and she, how dare you use those terms? How dare you use those pronouns? You will be graded and graded low. You will get the finger wag and you will be canceled. That's just in short of what the whole thing means. Corporates need to be held accountable for funding politicians that harm alphabet people, including their own employees. And then for the inaction, yes, if you stand pat, if you stand there and say, well, we're not going to take sides, like Bob Chapek did, you're going to get roasted. And now Bob Chapek, of course, came out with a mea culpa, groveling on his knees, crying. And of course, he kissed the alphabet ring, and that's all needs to be said. For inaction on legislation that they can help defeat, she added. She then revealed the whole new initiative was based on Disney's original report of inaction. Yes, you did nothing, Disney. Now you're going to pay. For opposition in a parental rights education bill. Today, GLAAD moves forward in the entertainment industry, and GLAAD will be leading efforts to create similar accountability across industries. Alphabet inclusion is not just what happens on the screen. There's a little bit more to this story, but you pretty much got the gist. For the Disney company, Disney Woke, who, if anybody was blind or had their head in the sand, wouldn't have seen the diversity and inclusion over the last 5 years. We saw that with Star Wars, The Last Jedi, where basically they destroyed a franchise because of it. And of course, the latest, I think it's Red, I think that's what it is for Pixar, who talks about puberty. Yeah, well, we all know Pixar's trash now. Well, that's what you get when you decide to back up with Disney. You could have went solo. You could have went on your own and still put out great hits. But no, you decided to bend the knee and kiss the ass, and now you're paying for it. But with Bob Chapek took the middle ground. He tried to take the high ground and say, yeah, you know what? You know what's going on in Disney. We know what's going on in Disney. We have proven to you I'm not going to take a stand. But like I said in my last video, after serious discussions behind closed doors, Chapek came out crying and kissing the ass of the alphabet community. So now GLAAD has stepped in. GLAAD has stepped in and said, yo, you know what? Disney, Warner Brothers, Sony, New Line Cinema, I don't know, whatever studios that make the top 8. Who cares? But we're going to keep an eye on you. We're going to make sure you stay in line, because if you step out of line, you step 1 inch out of line regarding the alphabet crew, you will pay with a serious downgrade and a finger wag. Ooh, I get chills. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Bargonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below, like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys next time. Peace.